My next guest has been following the former U.S. president on this campaign trail now for the past few days. James Pindell is a political reporter that is, at the Boston Globe, and he was at Trump's rally in Pennsylvania on the weekend. Tonight, he is outside where Chris was inside the RNC there in Milwaukee. James, good of you to join us. We just got the scene there from Chris Reyes inside, and it's a bit of a party atmosphere, but this is all under the shadow of what happened this weekend, and you were there. Talk to me about that moment when the shots rang out and what went through your head.
You know, those two snipers that you see a lot on the coverage, and I've been looking at them for about 25 minutes before the event started. There was a lot of activity with that pair, looking in the direction where we learned the shooter fired those shots. They had lined up their snipers. So people were saying, how did the Secret Service, how were they able to shoot back so quickly? Well, their guns were lined up exactly right for, minutes and minutes before. So for me, I did not understand that anything was actually incoming on the stage when we heard gunshots. I heard gunshots. I was typing remarks from the former president, writing down for my story, and I noticed smoke emerging from the snipers. And I thought, okay, the Secret Service found something they did not like and they acted proactively, and that was that. And I didn't know what were going to happen next. It was only later when I saw the Secret Service obviously protecting the president, the former president. I thought that was protocol. But when he got up and you saw blood, that was the first indication for anyone in the crowd that something had actually hit the president and the former president, and then he was bleeding. That was the kind of the surprise to all of us. But I got to say, if anyone's ever been in a car wreck, you know how time really slows down?
Totally. But
time itself, it's actually small. That's kind of what happened.
And so how long did it take, I guess, to sink in the gravity of the situation that you had just witnessed an attempted assassination of a former U.S. president?
Good question. If you actually look at the timeline of the series of events, it's probably obviously less than a minute, maybe even 30 seconds from the shots to the time he's put away in a car. But to actually understand the gravity of it, I think people understood it pretty quickly. Within 5 or 6 minutes, there's a lot of people crying, peacefully leaving, the thousands and thousands of people leaving in this fairgrounds. So it's pretty immediate, the impact. But seeing that he was conscious and obviously talking to the crowd did obviously leaven the mood a little bit.
Let's turn to Milwaukee now, and the mood there, as I said, inside it seems like a normal convention, but this, of course, hangs over this event and, likely will inform what we are hearing from the speakers this week. Tell me, from the folks that you have been talking to going into the arena there, what have they been saying to you about how this has changed this campaign?
Look, I mean, we're going to analyze the political impact of that moment for a long time. But right now, the immediate impact is they feel like everything is going Trump's way. They're angry, obviously, but they're also kind of charged up a little bit and inspired, they think, by the way the former president handled the whole thing, the fact that he got up, the fact that he told him to fight. The fight has been a theme inside the convention hall. And it's a word I hear a lot when I talk to folks about how they're feeling and how they think the campaign's going.
Images, say, there's that cliche, images speak 1,000 words. That image of him holding his fist up, do you think that will become a defining moment not only of this campaign, but for years to come?
This campaign's been defined by one candidate who's too old and the other candidate that's too crazy, as a lot of people put it. But I do think that this actually changed a lot. And I think that is going to be one of the more iconic images, if not this campaign, but of probably the Trump era.
I just want to ask you just finally about security there right now. We're going to be speaking with the Milwaukee police chief in just a moment. But just tell me a little bit about, where you are right now and what the security protocol has been around that arena.
I've been covering national conventions for 20 years. So this is 5. Of course, there wasn't conventions last time because of COVID, but this is pretty in line with other security precautions around the 2016 last in-person conventions. If you said you increased it by 10 or 15%, you wouldn't know. Entire blocks of the city of Milwaukee are blocked off. And basically what happens is you go through security And after that, you don't have to go through security again. But there's tons of police presence, rifles from police inside even the airport and all over. You can't miss it. There's state police from other states that are here all throughout the Midwest of the United States. So there's a heavy police presence, but kind of a chill nature once you're inside the security perimeter.
Okay, well, James, we will let you get back to reporting for your outlet. We appreciate you coming on ours. That is James Pindell, a political reporter at the Boston Globe.